Strong female characters are everywhere. And honestly, I'm sick of it. When I talk about strong female characters, I mean characters who are like, look at me, I am physically capable, and I am amazing, and I'm super powerful, and I am a woman, and I don't need men or emotions because I am strong, and I never lose a fight. Did I mention that I'm a woman? That's why you should love me, and I'm the best character ever written. Scarlet is not that. Welcome, Scribes of the Extraordinary, and today we're going beyond entertainment and diving deeper into the craft of storytelling by talking about what a real strong female character should look like. And we're taking a look at Scarlet from the book Scarlet. This is going to be book 2 of the Lunar Chronicles. If you've not read this series, I highly recommend it. If you like fairy tales with a twist, if you like YA, if you like fantasy, if you like futuristic sci-fi environment, fantastic series. Highly recommend going to read it. Now, Scarlet is not your typical strong female character. Don't get me wrong, she's very strong. She's a very capable woman, which is what we're going to be talking about today. She's a great shot, and she's not afraid to take that shot. But she's also deeply human. She has fears, she has flaws, and she shows us a different kind of strength. So follow along with me in Scarlet's journey, and let's take a look to see how you can make your characters stronger. Lesson number 1 is that strong characters embrace bravery and conflict. If you want to showcase that someone is physically capable, put them in a fight. If you want to showcase that someone is really strong, make them take a punch. And this is done very well with Scarlet. Typically strength traditionally can be showcased through bravery and a willingness to face conflict. Usually these kind of conflicts are very physical, people getting in a fight, people being attacked by monsters and attacking them back. However, Scarlet is not afraid of conflict at all in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, she carries a handgun with her at all times. She knows how to use it, and she's not afraid to use it if push comes to shove. But the first real fight we see Scarlet take on is people attacking Cinder on the news. And she's like, hey, that girl is scared, probably. Who knows if she's actually in the wrong? And people are like, what on earth are you talking about? She's a criminal, clearly. So Scarlet is not afraid to stand up what she thinks is right. If you want to make your character strong, don't have them back away from conflict. Scarlet stands her ground for what she believes is right. Period. And that groundedness is her superpower. So I encourage you to depict strength, not just in physical prowess, but also in courage to confront challenges head on. Scarlet is never afraid to back down from a fight or an altercation or a dangerous situation. She seeks out a street fighter and forces him to take her to his old gang in order to find her grandmother. That is strength. And also, she's not dumb. She thinks through things critically, and she knows that there's danger. That's why she's carrying a gun at all times. But even so, she's not afraid. Lesson number 2 of how to make your characters truly strong is give them a personal motivation as a driving force. If you take nothing else out of this video, take this point. Give your characters strong motivations and have them actually act on it. Your character needs to want something. So explore grounding your hero's journey in this personal mission that they have. This will create urgency. It'll also create relatability. Scarlet loves her grandmere. She loves her grandmere so much that when people make fun of her and call her crazy, she stands up for her. She's a little spitfire, hence the typical redhead, and then she wears a red hoodie that clashes with her red hair because she wants to be even more so like, I don't care. I'll wear what I want to wear and do what I want to do. Scarlet's quest to save her grandmere is based on this personal loyalty. It's not based on destiny. It's not based off the fact that she's a chosen one. It's based off of she's loyal to her family and she loves her grandmere who raised her and took care of her and taught her how to be a strong, capable, independent woman. She loves this woman so much that she's willing to go into the wolf's den, literally, in order to rescue her. So the tip for this section is ground your character's story in a very personal quest. If you really want your characters to be super relatable to your audience, then ditch the grand quest and give them something that is personally motivating for them. We can all relate to going to lengths in order to help someone that we love. And this is one of Scarlet's greatest strengths. Lesson number 3 is embrace character flaws. Now, I'm not just talking about you as a writer embracing character flaws. I'm talking about your character embracing character flaws. So having flawed heroes is super important because, again, strong female characters are flawless and completely unrelatable and dull and annoying because they think they're perfect. And they kind of are, and please don't write characters like that. You know exactly what kind of characters I'm talking about. Please don't write characters like that. But to really showcase strength is have your character aware of their flaws. Not only their flaws, but other people's flaws. And don't have that be a hindrance. It's really important to create flawed heroes who earn their victories instead of having their victories given to them on a silver platter. To watch your character struggle and then succeed. That's who we root for. This is why we root for underdog characters, because they shouldn't win, but they work their butts off in order to do so, and that's why we love these kind of characters. So Scarlet is impulsive. She's also prone to anger, especially this righteous anger for standing up to injustices. She knows this about herself, and she embraces this about herself. She needs to trust Wolf despite her fears of the situation, of what she's walking into, of the immense dangers. Her father was driven insane because of the men that took her grandmother, the men that Wolf is associated with, that he claims to have run away from and left. She's getting into a very dangerous situation. She knows this. She's aware of this, but she uses this I don't care, I need to do the right thing and stand up for what's right, and her impulsiveness to drive her forward in spite of that fear. But she can also see through the flaws of others. She sees Wolf as a good man at his core, even though he's very, very pointed that I'm not someone you want to get close to. I'm not someone you want to trust. No. He falls in love with her anyways, very, very quickly. But she sees through this hardened exterior that Wolf had to create in order to survive. Literally, if he didn't toughen up, if he didn't make himself the leader, he would have been killed as a child. So she can see through the flaws, see through the brokenness of people, and see who they really are and talk to that person. And this is why Wolf is one of like the most interesting, strong characters, and honestly why their relationship is so tight so quickly is because she can see through all of the lies that he has had to force himself to believe, essentially, and see him at his core and still see him as strong. So, highlight how your flaws make your characters feel real and force them to grow. Have your character be able to see the flaws in their own life and use them to their advantage. Have a character be able to see the flaws on someone else and be able to see through those flaws into who they truly are. My goodness, if you want to make a character strong, have them see the person for who they are. Because we all make mistakes, we all mess up, we all have flaws, we all have things in our lives that easily get in our ways and easily can tear us down. And we can so easily believe in lies. But if you want a strong character, have them be able to see through all of that and go, no, I see who you truly are, anyways. And you are amazing. You are wonderful, despite the lies that you may believe at times, despite what flaws you believe you have. You are wonderful, and use those flaws to your advantage. I love characters. I love breaking them down and helping you build better characters yourself. And if you need some help, look down in the description below. I've created a character and story workbook for you all. It is 30 pages of building out your character from the ground up, making sure that you really know who they are and what their story is so that it can make your story even better. So if you think this will be helpful, check down in the description below. There's also some free resources down there as well. Lesson number 4 goes in tandem with the previous one, and that is the value of not judging others. Looking beyond the surface and seeing the deeper truths about people and seeing who they really are at their core is such a beautiful strength. Scarlet and her grandmere are seen as really weird. Her grandmother's called crazy by the locals, and Scarlet refuses to allow that to bring her down, first of all, but she also refuses to judge others. She's been judged her whole life, and she refuses to do that. She sees Cinder on the television screen in the news after the chaos of the end of the previous book, where she's taken in prison and she's Lunar and she's a cyborg, and was she trying to assassinate Lavanna or Kai, or who knows what was happening. And everyone in the tavern is like talking terrible about her, of, oh, she's a criminal, she's crazy, all this kind of stuff. And Scarlet's like, you don't know what she's been through. Who knows what's could have been going on? They could pin blame on this poor girl and she be the victim of it and not the criminal in this situation. And everyone goes, okay, Scarlet, you're crazy, just like your grandmother. Also, by the way, where is she? She sees Cinder as brave. She sees Wolf as a man of honor despite his appearances and despite his past. So I encourage you with this tip is create characters who look deeper. Characters who look deeper foster empathy and understanding within your stories. You want your audience to connect to characters? Have a character connect to other characters. Because if you write someone that we love and that character loves someone else, then we're going to also love that character too. We're also going to see the good in that character too. We root for Wolf pretty quickly in the story because of how Scarlet treats him and how she sees that he's had a lot of pain in his life that caused him to make these decisions. Fun. If you haven't read the Lunar Chronicles, go read it, please. It is so good. Lesson number 5 is to escalate personal stakes. Now, Scarlet, her whole goal in this book is to find and rescue her grandmother and to go back to normal life. Well, in the book, her grandmother dies in front of her, but she also learns some valuable information. The reason why her grandmother was kidnapped to begin with. The reason why her grandmother was the kind of woman that she was and lived a secluded life and taught Scarlet to be cautious of people and slow to trust and all these different things is because Scarlet's grandmother was the one who helped rescue Cinder and keep her alive. and help her become a cyborg and have a new life. Scarlet's grandmother risked her life and the lives of her family and everyone around her in order to protect Cinder. And because Scarlet is so loyal to her grandmother, she goes, I'm going to take up this mantle and help protect Cinder too. So Scarlet's personal quest expands into a fight against a massive multiplanetary fight. Her strength and her refusal to back down in a fight helps her survive. And as you escalate stakes, remember your character's strengths can keep them going. Scarlet goes through some horrible, terrible, awful conditions, torturous conditions for at least a month, if not 2. I think she was gone for a month and a half. Kidnapped, being stuck on the moon, being stuck on Luna. And because she's stubborn and because she's hard-headed and strong-willed and determined, and she has this righteous anger about her, she makes it through this entire series of horrible events relatively unscathed. Like, yes, she's injured, but her mind is still sharp. Her willingness to fight is still strong. She goes through this horribleness that would break most people, but because she is strong and her core, her determination is strong, her will is strong, her self-righteousness is strong, she survives. So as you escalate stakes for your characters, you can just showcase how much stronger and cooler and more awesome of a character they are. So a tip is to showcase how you connect personal conflicts to larger conflicts, raising tension and adding more depth to your story. Ultimately, strength isn't just in physical capability, as it's showcased in a lot of hero types, but it is in your determination, your unwavering courage, your sense of right and wrong. So root your character's strength in their decisions and in their resilience, because if they are strong in their choices and if they are strong in who they are and they're strong to get through difficult situations, then yeah, they're gonna go through combat and it's gonna be awesome and they're probably gonna win. And even if they lose, they're still gonna succeed on the other side. Scarlet's journey is driven by her stubborn will and her fierce loyalty. So I encourage you, redefine strength as a choice to fight and persevere, not just a preordained destiny and not just physical strength. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe, and let me know who is your favorite unconventional YA heroine who showcases strength in a way that you don't typically see strength. One character I also really enjoy, other than all of them in this book series, because they are so good, is I really enjoy the character of Nova, also a book series written by Marissa Myers called Renegades. She is, not the most physical capable, but her strength is in her intelligence and in her ability to make things and learn new skills. It's really cool in a super powered society where her ability is to not sleep. She still makes the superhero team simply because she's so resourceful. So that's another character whose strength is wonderful that I really enjoy. But what about you? What are some of your favorite YA heroes or heroines that showcase strength in a different way? Well, my Scribe's the Extraordinary, that's all I have for you today. I look forward to our next encounter as we continue our journey of going beyond entertainment, one step at a time. And click this video right here if you want to see another character who represents strength incredibly well.